is the last mile problem, right?
Mm,
So the idea is, you'd see with these tools, with generative AI, as I mentioned before, is, empowering everyone, right, to do more with less, meaning
mm,
you can interact with this system. So the level 1 and 2 is kind of achieved in terms of conversation, right? So people couldn't imagine that this kind of conversation would be possible.
mm,
So fluent, coherent conversations, some AI system is able to actually understand what you mean when you
mm,
ask some questions or you give some tasks.
mm,
And pretty good because in a very good way, because these models are trained, on huge amount of data, so
yeah,
they are pretty knowledgeable
mm,
on various topics, right?
yeah,
That as human we are good at. But if you think about the main issue here is that um, these models are trained on large amount of data, so it's like they're generated by millions of humans, right?
mm,
So these are, all web data curated by humans,
mm,
everything that is publicly available. So
mm,
that includes the brain power of, millions or billions of users or
mm,
humans. And since, the beginning of time, and who knows like how far some of the black box models are using the
mm,
data from, right? We know that, they're until very recently. Uh, Now, these models are also not only learning from the strengths of humans, but also from
mm,
the limitations of humans, right? So
yeah,
everything is there. So how do you judge? So how do you know that the the data is being trained on is good
mm,
data, right? Who is the
mm,
judge here, right? So
mm,
so that's where subjectivity comes in play, and that's where some sort of variations and randomness and those kind of aspects come into play in terms of responses that are being
mm,
generated.
mm,
So but you get pretty good outcome, 80% or 90% of the time.
mm,
um, but closing the last mile, right? So that's, there are so many even corner cases. um, so the model might be able to tell you what it experienced before based on this data, but can it, solve the unsolved or completely unseen problem?
mm.
So that those are the areas that still needs to improve.